What's up everybody and welcome to Truck Central. My name is Steve Fast and I have a YouTube channel called Hammer Down Motorsports. And today, on the day that they release the 5th gen Ram truck, we're gonna talk a little bit about Dodge Rams. So first and foremost, we gotta talk about a little bit of the history of the Dodge Ram. Now, back in 1980 is when the Ram name was first used in the 1981 truck model. Now, that truck was a little bit underwhelming. I mean, there was the Chevys and the Fords and they were outselling Dodges like crazy because Dodges kind of had a dated look. They were more boxy, very work truck oriented. There wasn't a whole lot of creature comforts. There wasn't a whole lot going on with that truck, to be honest. And you know what? Take a look at that truck and take a look what they got today. They have definitely gone not miles apart, but we're on a totally different planet.
So at the Detroit Auto Show, Ram has just released their 2019 model, which will mark the 5th generation of Ram truck. Now, they didn't get to the 5th generation of Ram truck without having a few bumps in the roads and having to adapt to the market. So let's go back in time a little bit and talk about Gen 1 through Gen 5 and kind of the things that brought Ram through all those different time periods and made them the truck that they are today. From about 1981 till about 1989, Dodge trucks were pretty much in the dark ages. They were using engine sizes from the 70s. They're pretty boring trucks, really not a whole lot of flash about them, and it wasn't really something that the market really wanted. It was kind of just the last place out of the top three. So 1989 rolls around, and what do we get? The Cummins diesel. And the Cummins diesel is what turned it all around for Dodge. So 1989, we get a Cummins diesel in the old square body Dodge, and the engine is absolutely amazing. It's a huge hit. Everybody wants to have one, and the body still doesn't really make that truck sell. So then we get to about 1993. 1993 is a great year because it is the last year of the square old body style of the Dodge Ram. Now, Dodge knew they had a winner when it came to the Cummins turbo diesel, and they didn't have a winner as far as the body of the truck that went around it. So in 1994, they did a huge facelift and completely overhauled the Dodge Ram truck and made it more like this one right here with a 2nd gen. So from 1994 until 2001, the 2nd generation Dodge Ram was a huge hit for Chrysler. They did a few improvements along those years as well, including changing up the Cummins diesel from the 12 valve to the 24 valve in 1998, putting a new interior in it, different dash, kind of updating things in that way, and they also invented the suicide door for the pickup market. So by 2002, the 2nd generation Dodge was starting to look its age, and the competitors such as Chevy and Ford had really kind of rounded off their trucks, got away from that boxy styling as well, and Dodge needed to step up their game once again. Now, by 2003, they did the best thing, in my opinion, that they ever could have done for the truck market, and that's bring back the Hemi engine. Now, back in the 70s, if you didn't have a Hemi, you wished you did. And when I saw this 3rd generation Dodge Ram, I had to have one. So the 3rd generation Dodge keeps a lot of the cues from the 2nd generation, including the crosshair grille, the Mack truck style front end, just added a new element and gave it a little bit more of a rounded modern look. And the interior was another thing that needed a lot of improvement. The dash on the 3rd generation actually mimicked the look of the Chrysler building in New York. It was a really cool design that they actually thought to put a little bit of history into this new truck and really kind of think outside the box. So to keep up with the competition, they definitely had to step up their game with luxury. They ended up putting in leather interiors with suede inserts and even an SRT 10 model featuring the Viper engine. So now from 2002 till 2005, things are pretty much unchanged in the Ram until the merger with Daimler Chrysler. Now, 2006 Ram year, they changed the headlights, they changed the grille, they put a totally different interior in it, and in my opinion, I don't think they took a step forward. I think it was kind of maybe a step to the side because I wasn't a big fan of the 2006 to 2008 models. But there again, Dodge had to step back, look at what they had, and go forward with a totally new look in 2009. So from 2006 to 2008, the Dodge truck had started to slide back in the market, and it was time for a change. So 2009 came along and blew all the competition out of the water. The 2009 Ram featured things like satellite TV, heated steering wheel, heated and cooled front seats. Dodge took luxury to a completely different level and changed the styling of the truck entirely. They went away from the rear leaf springs and went into a rear coil system with a 4-link, giving it a way better ride. It had 20-inch wheels from factory. The styling of the 4th gen Ram has been my favorite and probably always will be. So why is the 4th gen Ram my favorite? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's go for a ride and I'll show you. So here we are in the 2014 Dodge Ram 3500 Cummins turbo diesel dually 4-wheel drive, and this is the truck that I chose to make me money. This is the truck that I trust, and there couldn't be anything better in my opinion. So that being said, we have another creator who made a video on the outgoing Dodge Ram 4th generation, and you definitely want to stay tuned for that. So what do you get in 2014 for a work truck? Now, this back in 1989 would have been considered fully loaded Laramie, I'm pretty sure. It's got power up and down windows, it's got air, tilt, cruise, satellite radio, touchscreen. These things have become standard equipment. It is pretty amazing how far we're able to push it with the truck market these days. If you look at the new interior of the 2019 Ram, it has the dash of a Tesla in it pretty well. It has a screen that's bigger than most people's televisions at home, and it's pretty amazing how far we've actually come from the 1989 Dodge Ram to the 2019. So, the 2019 Dodge Ram, yes or no? Drop your comments in the comments section. For me, I'm still pretty much on the fence with the looks. I'm not totally sold on it, but there again, I've been following the Dodge Ram since it was a box, and then it came through all those different changes which made it what it was, and the new Ram, I'm not entirely convinced it follows along with those lines. It does not have that aggressive styling that I'm used to. It's a little bit more reserved, it's a little bit more kind of like the competitors, and maybe that's the way trucks are going. I mean, for me, I like what I have right now, and being that it has the Cummins turbo diesel, I hope to have it for a very long time. But in my opinion, would I be trading this one in for a 2019? Not at this point. But it's like anything else, sometimes things can grow on you until you actually get in the truck and drive it and really get a feel for it, see it in different configurations. It's really hard to know whether it's something for you or not. So it's official, 2019 will be bringing in the 5th generation Ram truck. So to send off the 4th generation, we have another commentator from Truck Central, and here's the video now.
Well, my friends, this is a quick take on the 2017 Ram 1500, and yes, we've actually used it like a proper pickup, so I've got a few things to talk about. The first thing I did with this Ram was tow my trailer and race car, and that's about 6,000 pounds. It was very easy for this Ram to tow that, not an issue at all, even at highway speeds. And of course, you know, there's a backup camera, which doesn't exactly give you the right line to make aligning your hitch with the trailer as easy as some other trucks like the Titan we recently tested, but it wasn't too bad. I still was able to do it. Just I would prefer those sight lines on the rear view camera. It would make things a heck of a lot easier. Otherwise, as a truck, it's been fantastic. Thrown all sorts of gear back here on a couple of chutes and thrown a couple of bicycles in the bed, which is not much to talk about, but it's nice having that space as well. As you can see, the truck handles quite well, and I mean, it is a truck after all, but now the steering, braking, handling are quite decent for a big truck like this. Of course, the only challenge for me was driving it in the middle of a big city, and it's really meant to be driven out here in the suburbs. This is a relatively base model Ram 1500. It does have the Hemi, which is great. Sounds of NASCAR right here. Listen to that. Love it. As well, it's got the Uconnect system, but not much beyond that. So since it doesn't have automatic climate control, the climate controls are actually split between the screen and some buttons and dials on the dash. It's very convoluted, but I would spend the extra money for a either simpler system, which you can't get, or automatic climate control. That makes a heck of a lot more sense.
As I mentioned, this is a low-option volume-spec Ram 1500, 5.7-liter Hemi, 395 horsepower, 410 pounds of torque, 8-speed automatic, crew cab, and 4-wheel drive. Options are pretty limited, but includes the 392 rear axle, the Class 4 hitch, a trailer brake controller, plus, thankfully, this tester has cloth seats. Love it. It's about $44,000 total before incentives, and it sounds like there are plenty of incentives to be had right now. In mixed driving, including 75 miles of towing that 6,000-pound trailer and race car, the rest of this test has been split pretty evenly between dense urban and highway driving, and I'm averaging a quite damaging to the wallet 12 miles per gallon. On the flip side, the Ram 1500 tows easily, even towing my 20-foot enclosed trailer with the race car is a snap, save for, clueless drivers who don't understand the space a truck and trailer need. Visibility is fantastic, of course, and the seating position is great. The seats are comfortable and the interior is spacious, although I don't think I've even taken a single passenger for a ride during this test. One thing worth noting is that I can't comment on the four-wheel drive simply because I didn't need it. According to Ram, in this spec, this truck will tow a touch over 10,000 pounds, so with my 6,000 pound setup, I was barely scratching the surface of this truck's capabilities. I've driven plenty of Rams over the years, and this Sport is about as straightforward as you're going to get. A comfortable cloth interior and enough bells and whistles to keep most people happy. For the purposes of this test, I've thoroughly enjoyed it and don't have any noteworthy complaints. This Ram does what it's supposed to do, and it really does it well.
As a truck, though, it's very good looking. Everybody recognizes the Ram, and it's just an all-around good-looking truck. Very straightforward inside, very easy to live with, despite its size. Thanks for watching this quick take on the Ram 1500. Hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And as always, we want to know what you think, so please leave a comment below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Another step in the evolution of the Ram pickup truck. It's going to be pretty crazy to see where they go from here. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to Truck Central, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to check me out at Hammer Down Motorsports, and keep that hammer down.